In football, it's an unspoken rule that you must hate every player that plays for your rivals, especially the major ones. No explanations, no exceptions. You just must. However, there are some times that clubs don't only fancy, but also want players from the other side. They might not say it out loud, but you can just tell when there's some admiration, respect and desire coming from the other side. And today, we're here to closely look at some of those situations. These are 7 players who are secretly wanted by direct rivals. We'll start with Pedri. He's the nucleus of that Barcelona team, which automatically means that he's hated at the Santiago Bernabéu. But the truth is that the club, as well as a large part of the Real Madrid fan base, actually loves and secretly wants him. Despite the consistent comparisons with Bellingham, they seem to recognise that those are 2 different players who can actually cohabit in the same team, and they know that they could do with a player like Pedri at the heart of their midfield, so they won't mind having him. There have been rumours that Florentino Perez is thinking of pulling a Figo 2.0 with Pedri, trying to get him to switch from the Camp Nou to the Santiago Bernabéu, just like he did with the Portuguese star way back in 2000. The reports have said that this would be Perez's dream signing. If this is true, it would be very difficult for the Real Madrid president to pull off. It was very difficult to pull it off with Figo 26 years ago, and it'll be 10 times more difficult to do it with Pedri now. The Spaniard's contract with Barcelona runs until 2030, and his release clause has been set at a staggering €1 billion, which is simply impossible for Real Madrid, or any other club for that matter, to pay. So, can they actually sign him? Maybe not. But do they want him? It really does seem so. Now, on the flip side, there's one Real Madrid player that Barcelona fans appear to want as well. Do you know who we're referring to here? Take a guess in the comments, we'll see if you're right soon. While you're there, if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, go do that right away so you never miss out on our amazing content.
Look, I'll be honest, we're swamped. The World Cup hype is real and Goal90 Shop is officially at capacity. If you ordered this week, please bear with us for a 2-week processing delay. It's a good problem to have, but we are working around the clock to get your gear out. Thank you for your massive support.
Done? Now, back to the video. Let's talk about Cole Palmer. Man United are direct rivals of both his current club Chelsea and his former club Manchester City, so they actually should hate him so much, more so because he has hurt them a couple times in the past. But the reality is that a lot of Red Devils around the world seem to be fantasizing about Cole Palmer one day wearing their jersey. With Bruno Fernandes already in his 30s, fans have been looking at Palmer as the potential heir to his throne in the number 10 role at United. And in this particular case, Manchester United fans are holding on to the fact that the Chelsea number 10 was a childhood Man United fan. They believe that he, perhaps, still harbours a dream of playing for the red side of Manchester, and that will help them land him at some point in the near future. Palmer seems really happy at Chelsea at this moment, and he's to be at the top of his game at the club, so we don't see him leaving London anytime soon, especially not for a move to Man United. Also, would he be willing to risk having both Man City and Chelsea fans turn against him just by moving to United? We really don't think so, but time will certainly tell. Chelsea, meanwhile, seem to really admire Arsenal's Ethan Nwaneri. Under their new ownership, the club has become super obsessed with talented young players, and Nwaneri fits that description perfectly. But seeing as he's a product of their direct rivals Arsenal, he should not be loved so much by the Blues, but well, it appears that he is. And in fact, it's not so much of a secret. The club actually tried to get Nwaneri in the summer. Despite having Estevão, the club still believed there was space for another teenage wonder kid, who's also a winger-attacking midfielder hybrid. When it looked like Nwaneri had hit a roadblock with his contract renewal at Arsenal, Chelsea showed some serious interest in the kid. But in the end, the teenager decided to remain with his boyhood club, only leaving temporarily to join Marseille this January in order to get more game time. Speaking of Arsenal, they secretly want Chelsea's captain Reece James. He's one of the best right-backs the Premier League has ever seen, so it's not a surprise that other top teams want him. The club might not have ever made an official move for him, but looking at Arsenal's history of taking players from Chelsea, it's actually not crazy to say that they secretly want James. But will he ever move there? It seems like he won't. A couple years back, an Arsenal fan made a tweet saying, "Reece James to Arsenal who says no." The player himself replied and said, "I say no," sending a clear message to all who cared to listen. So I guess it's safe to say that the Chelsea captain is not thinking of going across town to join the rivals in red. Now remember, we said that there's a Real Madrid player on this list who's secretly wanted by Barcelona. It's Endrick. You You see, Barcelona's academy has produced top players in all areas of the pitch except the number 9 position. Midfielders, defenders, wingers, they always spawn a new one every now and then. But a top centre forward? That has proven to be rather difficult for them through the years. It's one position where they can't really trust the academy to bail them out. And right now, with Lewandowski seemingly in his last days at the club, and the fans are already looking at a replacement for the next few years. Haaland is unattainable at this point, Alvarez is too expensive, Vlahovic is a gamble, and wages are high. But you see Endrick, he's just perfect. He's young, has insane ball striking abilities, works hard, and will fit perfectly into Hansi Flick's system. On top of that, he's just never going to be Real Madrid's starting striker provided Mbappe is still there, so Barcelona fans have flirted with the idea of luring him away from the Spanish capital and getting him to move to Catalonia. Will the club actually make the move? And if they do, will the Brazilian teenager actually go for it? It's hard to tell, but boy, can you just picture it. Anyway, speaking of young players, let's now talk about Mainoo. He's one of the best young midfielders out of England right now, so it's no surprise that he's a highly sought-after player in the UK and all around Europe. As expected, most top Premier League clubs have not shown how much they want him just because he's a Man United product. But when he seemed like he was on his way out in January, Chelsea did appear to bite. There were reports that the London Giants were looking to get Mainoo to switch allegiances. He was not getting any meaningful playing time under Ruben Amorim, and he actually looked like he was on his way out of the club, and the Blues tried to take advantage of that. Would he actually have moved to Chelsea? Well, I guess we'll never know now. Michael Carrick is now in charge, and he has since given the young midfielder a major role in his team, so leaving the club is no longer on the kids' mind, at least not right now. We'll now wrap up with Benjamin Sesko. He's surely secretly wanted by Arsenal. I mean, in the summer the Gunners showed interest in him before they eventually landed Victor Gyökeres. But despite the Swede having bagged a healthy number of goals since signing for the North London club in the summer, there's a large part of the fan base that still wishes for Sesko because they just strongly believe that he's more technical and he suits their style a lot better, especially in the long run. Considering the fact that United also showed interest in Gyökeres in the summer, some Arsenal fans wish that a simple switch could happen, but it feels like we're way past that now. Anyway, it is now time to hear from you guys. Do you agree with our list? Are there more players you would say are secretly wanted by direct rivals? How many of these transfers do you think will actually happen one day? Get in the comments and talk to us. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye.